Welcome to lesson 29. Right, we are going to continue on with the armor leg, but we're going to continue on with the lower part of the leg. So, first things first, I brought in a sphere, then I realised, hang on a second, why am I bringing in a sphere? That's because we're actually going to put a kneecap on. So we're going to quickly develop some sort of like an armor piece for the knee. I wasn't too sure to keep it as a separate object or combined it with the upper piece or the lower piece. I might change this at a later date. If I do, don't worry, I will make another video of it, because at the end of the day it's all about experimentation and getting used to the program, the buttons, and the way things look. If you're an artist, fantastic. You know what you're doing. Unlike me. Anyway, so anyway, just using the traditional grab brush at the beginning, just pushing it in, and then realizing that I did not mirror it. Don't worry, you can always symmetrize it even if you forgot to mirror it. So anyway, with the mirror on, it can now look a little better. I dragged out the bottom just to give some thickness at the bottom, and the top's been hidden. Plus I'll be pulling this down later on anyway to cover the whole the bottom part of the knee and the top part of the knee. This is just so there's no clipping later on, or when the model's finished, there's just no clipping then, which is fine. No, I don't like clipping. It's nothing worse than seeing a really nice model and then you see some really bizarre clipping. No. If I see clipping, I have to come back and change it. So yes. So when you're happy with the little knee pad, all it is just just remeshing it down to 0.06 and then just resculpt over. Don't really need to change it much, to be honest, so I'll probably just remesh it again, make it a little bit higher just so I can draw some more detail on it, draw some lines around it. This is going to be sort of like chainmail underneath. Haven't fully decided yet. I think the leg pieces might be a little bit too bulky. I might narrow them down when I retropologize it, remesh it, change the topology. Different lingo for different things, okay. But yes, so just playing about here, just having a look. I want to make the knee nice and round, not like a diamond shape. So yeah, I'll just fix that and just smooth it over until I realised right about now, actually no, the original was better. That's what I always tend to do, and then I press Ctrl Z and go back like 100 times. Yes. And then use the inflate brush just to puff it a bit. Why not? Anyway, so the upper piece, instead of bringing in a new object and resculpting it, I wanted to duplicate. So that's Shift D, duplicating the one above and just bringing it down. Don't worry if your leg is not in line. You could always either rotate it, or you can select the leg and use the grab brush, make it huge, zoom out, and just push the leg more into a straight line. So it's easy for you to mirror the armor piece. Unfortunately, a little while ago when we were doing the leg, I wasn't expecting to create an armor pieces for the legs per se, because I had another method of doing it. But I thought we'd keep it nice and simple for now, as we will probably use this same method for the chest and the stomach later on anyway. So anyway, when I brought in the bottom piece of the leg, I'm going to push it in, make it neat, nice and tidy at the bottom. We'll probably come back. Yeah, we will be coming back to this later. Don't worry if it's like wobbly and wiggly and don't look straight, because we will change that all later. That's not a problem, we'll come back to that later. On the back here, as you can see, on the back of the leg, on the back of the knee, I needed to make sure these pointy bits are facing away and up, just because where the leg would bend, if you imagine the avatar walking or running, you don't want to see the clipping of the armor going inside of each other. So just be aware of things that are sticking out and how they would react. So when we add the bone armor pieces in, we will attach the armor pieces to the specific bone piece, so it doesn't look like wiggly armor sort of thing. So we're not going to attach the pieces of armor directly to multiple bones, otherwise you'll just see wiggly metal, which is not what we want. But at the end of the day, again, like I said 100 times, it's all trial and error. Or as the wife says, error, 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 error. But that's all good. I come across many errors myself, so it's all about practice. So we are just going to pull out these spiky bits and bring them down a bit. I wanted to tidy this up a little bit, push it back in. I don't like the bulkiness. I really want to do something about that. I want it to be a bit more finer detail instead of big blocky chunkiness. And I didn't like these spikes on the bottom part, so I did just keep on pushing them in. And you do get this horrible little spike after pushing them in for so long, and then you smooth it over. But it's okay. Once you get to it, like so you can't really change it much. Just press Control R. That will just remesh it to your previous mesh. And I wouldn't worry about it too much. It will change the topology, and then you can just smooth it over, just like so. So I'll most likely change this. I'm always unhappy with my results normally, and then I always have to go back over and change it because I just don't like the look of it. But for the case of this video, this I think it will do for now. What I will do is at the end of the armor modeling, which we've got a few more videos I think of the armor modeling and the hair to do, and the crown or helmet we're going to do for the avatar. After that, I will do a overall video. It might be a special overall video actually, like a nice long 30-minute overall video of changing everything that I need to change in the video. I might do, I might not. It depends, because it's a long time, and I don't want to keep you guys bored whilst watching me sculpt over and over and over again. There's so much things I've cut out because I'm constantly just sculpting over. Oh yeah, and don't forget, you can press /, which is the question mark on your keyboard, to isolate the object when you're sculpting. It's very, very helpful, especially in cases like this, where as you can see, I want to make the trim of the armor nice and for it to stand out at the top, going all the way around. Because I will probably turn this into like some sort of a gold shine. I don't know, I'm not quite sure what colours I'm going to be using. Maybe gold and purple or something like that. Kind of like the golden purple look. I think the fantasy warrior I have in mind looks kind of cool. But hey ho, we'll see. We can experiment. That's not a problem. And I want to say sometimes to get things nice and straight. So I wanted to keep this nice and straight. So using the orthographic view and using the grab brush, you can just like pull things down, keep like a line, like an imaginary line going across, or you just use the grid in the background to keep that in line if you wanted to keep things nice and straight, especially at the top part of the leg, like so. And then I'm just going over the leg, making sure there's none of the actual leg showing through, so just pulling out and drawing onto the armor piece. I had to draw something here because it didn't quite look right, so smoothing it down, drawing sharp, smoothing it down, drawing sharp, pushing it in, just using only the draw sharp brush to create this. And as you can see, it's not very accurate, but that's okay because we will be coming back later on to use very accurate topology skills, which there is lots to change in changing the mesh and the topology. It looks like we're close. We're nearly to the end of the model. Unfortunately, no, I'd say we're nearly halfway there. There's still so much to do. After the sculpting, the modeling, there's all the changes, and depending on what you're building the avatar for, it might be for 3D printing or avatar creation for a VR platform. In this case, it'll be for the VR platform. So I'm doing our absolute best, the best path to take to make an absolutely fantastic avatar. But then you'll have this for life. So not just for VR chat, there might be other applications that come out, and you can show off your skills, your work to other people, and even make money from it. You never know. Just have a look. I'll catch you in the next lesson. Let's go.